Okay, I hope that me alt-tabbing it doesn't crash my game. It would never. Hey, it did. Get that mouse off the screen. It's Jover. Don't forget to kiss your Conoco even during practice. Very, very, very important. Oh, I moved way too high up. Oh, no. Oh, no, just sorry, but I need some water. Be back 1 sec. Hello, Toaster. This spell's unpleasant at times. Or maybe not unpleasant, but maybe challenging at times. Good, you can do well for so long, but closing out this spell is a real challenge. There's just too much of it. Ooh, wow, any bot enjoyers in chat? Holy moly. We'll ban that in a second. Account created 9 minutes ago. Yeah, tell me that isn't a bot. Not the Discord friend bot. Oh no. You know, I should like make like alt Discord accounts. Like get like a burner device or something, like with some like random email. And make just like secondary, like, what's the term? I guess just burner Discord accounts and like add them as a friend, and then just try to like, because it's obviously a bot, and try to figure out how to break the bot. That's the one that fought between Alfonso 13. You know, I don't think I would do my actual, my name just add a number. I think I'd make it a bit more ambiguous than that. So I wonder with some of these bots, because all bots have an automated system to them, obviously. And generally, the way that I understand that the Discord friend bots, like that bot right there, work, is that it's all about... It tries to friend you on Discord and then message you a link. And then, like, or like a download or a link or something, and then if you, like, click that, it'll essentially, like, just hack your computer, I believe. It's the gist of it. At least the idea behind it. But with things like this, I wonder if you can send stuff back to try to break the bot. Or if they'll just ignore you. One thing that some scammers have been doing is, because a bot is just a bot, you know, you set it up to follow certain code and commands. Some people use AI for this. They take some sort of, like, cheapy form of AI and they, you know, try to just program it to do this type of thing. And you can, if they do that, you can, like, send the right things in response and, like, break the AI with that, actually. Discord count as an AI bot. This is also depends on your definition of bot, but yeah. Because I've heard of people and seen stories of people who, like, with scammers and stuff, people get sent stuff from scammers, and then it's like, okay, this is obviously a bot. But with AI, it's like, depending on the things you message back, like, you can get into the AI, basically. Yeah, chat. But there's a lot of those that exist on Discord. Like, I mean, obviously, there's, like, I believe there's auto moderation you can use with Discord bots. You can do for that to, like, monitor stuff. I know there's obviously, like, the music bots and stuff people use on Discord, but people have also programmed. I'm not familiar with how or, like, where and stuff, but I know people have programmed AI chatbots in Discord. In fact, I know I've seen one for, like, probably at least 60 different Touhou characters. And then they actually get the different characters to, like, talk with each other. I wonder how the hell you did set. I'm just not having time with this one right now. It's like every time I make it like 2/3 to 3/4 of the way through, and then I die. Every time. Like, some of these deaths are like that, where it's not even, like, that wasn't even that bad of a wave, I just messed up my movement. Wham. See, every time it's like 2/3. You get 2/3 of the way through. Whoop. It's like I can do some micros, but it's like I always try to macro, and then at some point it just forces a micro, and it's just you know, can't hit the line. It's like Dormy. You talking about this? Or you talking about something else? Like I just keep doing that. Like, that exact same type of death, too. It's not even like it's different. It's just the same death. So the problem is, when it's early on like this, you have enough reaction time to determine whether or not you want to micro or macro. But when you get late enough, you really have to kind of commit to one early, or really see the wave so far in advance. The problem is, you kind of want to, like, macro, because it's easier. But sometimes the game forces you to micro. And so there's a thought, which is, well, what if you just never macro and you always try to, like, play for the micro? And honestly, you'll probably be fine with that. And that's on the surface is good, but sometimes you can't micro. Microing actually is bad. Heck, Captain. What, you got laughed at for? What do you mean by... What do you mean by that? I know of a dude who tried to go out and talk about how he solved Dormy Nod 1. How he thought he had, like, a play for it, and then, like, pop chat with people, and, like, he just couldn't cap it. And then he came back later and tried to do the same thing again at some point. With the same non-spell. The non-spell that some people refer to as maybe the hardest part in LoL K. For lunatic purposes, at least. The reality is, there is some rhyme or reason to that attack, obviously, but... LoL K is a very explored game on a high level. And that is arguably the hardest attack in the game. And so just to come out and be like, oh yes, it solved this attack or something, and then you gotta back it up. Unfortunately, the reality of that attack is it's not really that solvable. It kind of looks like it could be, because it seems fairly pattern-based, but it is just piss and shit. It's possible? What do you mean by it's possible? Obviously, the non-spell is possible. I don't think anyone's denying that. Damn, was that 3 in a row? I don't know, but what do you mean the timeout part? Like, timing out the non-spell? I don't know if anyone would have claimed it was impossible. Like, ooh, I did not mean to back out of the menu. It's like timing out PDH or something. Like, people can do it. It's just, it's really hard. I don't know how long the Dormy non-one is. If you try to time it out. I'm sure it's not that long, because it's only stage 3. And those timeouts usually only are like 40-something seconds, I want to say, but knowing Law K, you never know. People are laughing at him. I don't know exactly what... Like, I'd have to double check what the context was. But I'm pretty... That's four in a row, by the way. But the whole thing did become kind of a meme in the community, because, like, that attack is, like, some of the people who are arguably the best at LoL K have come out and said, yeah, that attack might be the hardest in the entire game. And then at some point, he showed up and was like, I found a consistent strat. And so people were like, okay, let's see. And then I died, which is a shame. And from what I heard, the first time he did it, he came out and was not that successful with it. And I was like, okay, well, you know, is this actually true? Doesn't seem like it. And then apparently he came back and did this and tried the same thing later. I don't know if to the exact rate, but the fact that I haven't heard of any breakthrough in Dormy non-one tech or strats, I don't think has really caused much of anything to happen with that. Oop. Like, I wasn't involved in the whole thing. I only heard about it from a few different people. I'm not an active LoL K player, but... I think with something, especially like that, like an attack like that, which has been so explored at this point, so many. Wow, that was a dodge and a half. That has been so explored at this point. It's like, I'm a little curious now, so I might have at some point have to ask some of the people who talked to him and watched what he was doing at that time for a little more context, but. Just a real quick sec. Talking for it. I mean, I'd have to look at the conversation. Before I make a secondary opinion on it, I'd have to look at the whole conversation around it, but I don't think it's that ridiculous. I'd have to look at for sure what what he claimed. The guy doing Dormy not what he claimed. To make a for sure opinion on this. But from my understanding of the whole case, is that he came in and tried to claim he could make it consistent, which some people are interested in, but doubtful about, because people have looked at that attack for a long time. And so they look, and he was not able to do it to a particularly, like, at all consistent rate in any noteworthy way. And then later, I believe he came back and tried to double down on it. And it wasn't particularly successful from what I've heard. This is also like several like, I think this was like partly last year into like this year too. So it's been a while since I heard about this. I'd have to ask for like Fammy and maybe Alan or someone, because I know at least one of them was involved. Actually, I think it might be in the TRS Discord, so I might be able to find it there for all I know. I cannot do Aya Final. Save my life. Or at the very least to save Reimu's life. And don't get me wrong, I am plenty critical of some of the high-level Touhou scene and its pseudo-elitism at times, but I'm not sure. I thought it might have been the TRS Discord, but I don't actually know for sure. I know I've seen people talking about this in the TRS Discord before. But I don't know for sure. As I tend to very, very, very rarely dabble outside of my own Discord / stream. Ooh. Let's see if it can happen. Yo, what's up, Fanny? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well in the post RTF era. Fammy, you were involved in it a bit. What was the deal exactly? Because I'm pretty sure he came back at one point and tried to claim something. What was up with that Dormy guy? The guy with Dormy non-1? Because I'm trying to remember, but I only heard a little bit, and I wasn't really involved in it. It's been a while. So I'm trying to remember the context / the deets. I remember hearing he came back, but I don't don't remember the deets of when he first showed up, and I also don't remember what happened afterwards. Hey, I mean, that's 6%. So that means six completions out of 50 attempts. You'll play like, okay. Okay. Was that the second time? That was a hitbox moment. Because I'm pretty sure I remember him, like, doing this, leaving, then coming back. It was? Okay. Was this in the TRS, or was it some other Discord? Or some other chat altogether? Ooh, too much. Ah! Being punished for my lack of sleep. My hubris is getting the better of me. It's time for me to retire. Whatever, I had a pretty damn good day yesterday. Oh, okay, that one. I was gonna say, I feel like I remember people talking about this guy in the TRS Discord, but I was like, I don't actually know if it actually happened there. Touhou jerk one. I think the term is Touhou circle jerk, but I'm not up to clown with the kids and the terms these days, so. I'm mostly making the joke. Eep, too much. But yeah, I know of that. I know of that Discord. I know what that Discord is. Play the game, so true. Most Touhou fans are only here for the big titty Momiji, are unbelievable. Like, that's insane. Why aren't they here for the big titty Aaron art or big titty Kaneko art? It's unbelievable. Ooh, I ripped it too much. That's where you get the people like, who would win in a 1v1, Reimu or Goku? We play just suck at the games. Well, you know what the only way to get better is? It's to suck at the games and then keep playing until you don't suck. Although that is, truthfully, really the reality of most things. If you do something, you're probably gonna suck at it. Until you do it enough that you don't. Woo! Shy, trying to get frisky with me. Play randomly. What does that mean? It means every time you go to move, you roll a dice to determine which direction you go. Should I go left or right on this attack? Jarvis, roll a dice. Plays TRS all the time. Yeah, and we accept them because we're here to make fun of them. Touhou elitism, right? Totally. I jest. Oop. 6 years. Yeah, but the question isn't not how long you've been playing the games, but like how much. Like, I've been into Touhou and playing the games for roughly 6 years, but I have not spent 6 years worth of my life playing Touhou. There's a good, like, 3 years in the middle where I played very sparing amounts. Basically none at all. For 11 years, but you got good. Family is such a boomer, dude. Unbelievable. But I also think that a lot of that comes down to, like, why you play Touhou. Also depends on what your definition of good is. That actually is that's another big deal. People have very different definitions for this, and can set themselves a lot higher or lower of a bar depending on what their objective is, not objection. Once you see that normal, I mean, that's challenging. Like, I play Touhou really, really regularly with the intention of learning and getting better, and I did not get a 1cc playing, like I said, very regularly. Several days a week for like 6 months before I got my first 1cc. Normal, specifically. Like, for the first, like, year and a half-ish, I was, like, Touhou specific, like, the main game specifically. I've been playing fan games for a long time, engaging in other Touhou content as well, but, like, I'm gonna specifically refer to the mainline shmups. Like, I played for probably good 2 years in a row, honestly. Like, fairly religiously. In that time, I was able to go from not having a 1cc to getting one. Because I also started playing the mainline games with the intention of, I want to get an LNN someday. That was, for better or for worse, that was my original intention, so I took it pretty seriously. And then I stopped. I fiddled out and stopped during UFO for a while. And then, like, I'd occasionally come back and play for a few days, but I never really got a good spark to doing so. And then I finally decided I'm going to recommit to streaming. And I've been doing this for a year and a half at this point. Just about a year and a half now. Very regularly. And I've made progress. But my intention with this is more serious than most. Like, how funny. And yeah, that's a fine thing. Like, I've learned to enjoy Touhou casually to a bit. I don't really do it. Like, if I'm gonna play Touhou casually, it's probably gonna be one of the Phantasmagoria games. Because otherwise I'd be too serious. Otherwise, like, my goal is, like, I have too much of a goal in the other games. Like, the Phantasmagoria games are the ones I can sit down and just be like, yeah, you know, I'd like to win this run, and then I'm just kind of, like, biding my time, enjoying it. But, like, generally every other game, it's like, I do that to a bit, don't get me wrong. Like, I do enjoy this game. Not this spell. This spell sucks ass. I hate this spell with a passion. But did I play that serious? I recommend most people don't. Like, I play Touhou. I tried to play Touhou at a very high level. I don't recommend it, and that's not because I think I'm better than other people for it or anything, but simply because I believe that I have the mindset that can play it seriously without ruining the experience for me. And I think if you want to dabble in Touhou seriously, you should really play very casually for a while and see if you want to try hard. Maybe because I didn't like some of the later bombs. During my 1cc practices, I've mentioned this before, I don't like the power bombs. 10 and 11, no, I grabbed the items, it's terrible. Words, power bombs. I don't like the power bombs for, like, 1cc. I understand the power bombs for high-level routing, especially with score runs, and I think it's cool in those situations. I don't like them casually. I watched the gameplay, so yeah, that's fine. You said you didn't, yeah. I mean, what's to say, I don't get a little tired from Touhou from time to time. I don't stream Wednesdays. It's the one day of the week I don't, at least regularly, unless I'm off for something. But that's almost never, unless I'm like on vacation or something comes up, like a wedding, like back in the fall when I had a wedding. It's like, okay, I'm a little busy. I can't really stream this weekend. But I've learned to appreciate on Wednesdays. I get back from work, and I just sit at my desk, and I'm like, I'm just chilling. Because normally I get back from work, I shower, I'm like, okay, I'm getting ready to stream like half an hour or something. Yeah, I mean, when I got into playing Touhou originally with USD, like, I definitely did that at parts. Where, like, I'd sit down on a Sunday, I'd play for, like, 5 hours, like, I'd play for, like, 5-6 hours that Sunday, and that's like, ignoring the rest of the day. That's also back, like, I guess that would have been around when I, like, first started working, and that was only part-time, too. I didn't really have much else for responsibilities or anything, so, solo Yiko. I'd recommend, especially if you're not super confident, using any of the teams first. Like playing with the Netherworld team or whatever they're called, than just going in with that solo Yiko. Like, I don't know of a situation where a solo shot type is better than a pair. I know some solos are much better or worse than others, but happen. I mean, it's just where you go, right? There's nothing right or wrong necessarily with whatever you pick to do, but people busy themselves in their own way. Right? Some people hold more merit probably in getting LNN. Some people hold a lot of merit in people who want to help host and run these events. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer for which one's better or worse. That's 100% fair. But you also have to... It's fair as long as you go into it understanding that you are putting yourself on the back foot by doing this. And that you should keep your expectations a little bit in check because of it. That's a certified hitbox moment. I hate Diogane. This is another certified hitbox moment. Woo-wee! In the community, I mean, that probably depend on how much you interact in certain areas. And what parts of the community. Community is a lot more broad than just one thing. Excuse me. Also, this one is absolutely not score-filled. I've messed up my faith in so many ways. I'm not trying hard in my scoring grip. I hate you so much. Big Sur, I'm not really active anywhere. I don't particularly enjoy engaging with most communities. Which is one thing that has kind of baffled me about this. Because when I really got back to streaming, like I said, last April, part of it was like, okay, streaming and playing Touhou is not necessarily the best thing that goes best in hand, but I was always in the mind of like, you know, I'm here. I want to play Touhou on a grind, and I'm just kind of like streaming because I can. But I've learned to enjoy engaging here. But I don't really engage with it outside of here. And maybe dabbling in my own Discord for the little bits of dabbling that happens there. Not there. Well, it's not particularly like much of an active Discord. Fine. It's not. It's how it is, and it's not like it should be that much different. But if an essay, probably not the best idea. I don't know, one thing I always tell myself on the internet is, generally... It's one reason why I almost never message things, like, anywhere. Whether it's Discord or outside Discord. Is... I'll sit there and go and just be like, should I really... Like, what's the point in me saying anything right now? And then I'll usually just be like, nah. There's just no point. Sometimes I'll catch myself breaking that rule a little bit, and then I'll be like, whoa, take a step back. I'll sit here and stream and ramble on about random various things. Which I actually do believe I have reason for at times. But, like, I won't do so in message for me. I don't know, don't force a conversation where one doesn't need to happen. Like, you know, unless you have, like, a genuine conversation topic such like question, and obviously it's like, okay, you know, if you have a reason for it to say something, then obviously do it, but... I'm not much of a quirky messenger myself. I don't really, I don't watch too many streams, but even I do, I'm not too much of a commenter myself. Probably from chat messages. I'm not that weak-willed. Remind you of a Yuiko? I don't know if I'd call that PTSD. Yuiko isn't a traumatic memory to me. Trust me, I take a lot on Twitch here for me to be like, for me to feel like it was a negative interaction that I did not care for. And very few people come in here and I feel like I have that. Like, that's... And I'll be pretty blunt, I don't think I'll see that from you. You don't strike me as someone that'll happen with. Although people might not, although what people's definition of a negative interaction is pretty varied. Oh, almost 70 mil. Just shy. Like, I could have someone coming in here posting spam and posting some very questionable things. Like, you know, what one would... I don't like the term troll. It's kind of overused, but, you know, like that. And I wouldn't bat an eye. Like, I would laugh at it, almost. Like, I would not consider that a negative experience. Yeah, I mentioned before, but, like, 5 years ago or something, when I streamed PC... like, 6 years ago, actually, at this point, basically. When I, like, was originally doing Bootic 1cc attempts of PCB, and had someone come in and say some very questionable things, and end it with casual KYS, and I laughed my ass off. It was so funny. Like, if you want me in here to not like an interaction, you're gonna have to take it a very different way. Unfortunate. I could have played more vertical on that last wave, but it was kind of gross. Onto your Lost Branch stuff. I've noticed I've had someone... in what way? I've noticed I've had someone commenting on my Lost Branch videos a lot as of late. 7 Paris Lawn. I totally know what that means. By 7 pairs? Well, 7's bigger than 6. I'm just gonna pretend I know what your funny words are. Concealed triplets? Dude, me at the hospital when my wife has 3 babies. But I don't want to have to take care of 3. Oh, there's only 1 baby. Oh, that's crazy. Listen, that wasn't the best joke, I know, but I had to say something. Also, what did you mean when you said someone is onto your Lost Branch zone? Are you referring to the person who's been commenting and watching a lot of my videos, or are you referring to something else? Like, you say that, like, is this like an ill omen, or what does this mean? It kind of sounds ominous. See you, Toaster. Like, do I have to, like, look out because someone's, like, trying to take me out or something? Like, is this a... Do I need to hire bodyguards or something next time I go down the street? People have gotten too upset over my, Tenchi's not that bad of a boss takes or something? Someone doesn't like, my thoughts that Perfect Crime is a dog shit card, so... I'm getting taken out. Design card, yes, but like just because like I speak the truth sometimes doesn't mean that people like it, okay? It's a terribly designed card, but it's a funky card. And even when funky cards are terrible, you know, it's kind of funky and it's kind of funny, so there are some people who really like it. And there's nothing wrong with liking it. With how much shit I've given the card, I kind of actually, like, have, like, a small soft spot for it. But... like, I really want to be concerned before I have, like, the Chinese, like, modding community or anything coming at my throat because I said something wrong or something. It's like, ah, someone's noticed you. Like, what is this, Senpai noticing me? Am I gonna get a love letter? Oh my goodness gracious. Nah, the only time they'd ever do that, they're trying to steal content. Not that I'm making claims of anything ever. No, no, no. Not that I'm claiming that anyone has ever... Not my content, at least as far as I know, but has ever tried to take, Western content and upload it as their own content. That would never happen. I couldn't believe that for a second. You. I mean, my opinion on Perfect Crime is it could be a better card, absolutely. Like, I feel like there's a couple things you could do to make it more better. I don't think it's bad that it exists. I think it's fine that it exists. I feel like maybe... no, never mind. But... it's a little too niche to really see real use. Well, I think in its existence, it's like, it's fine that it exists that way. I'll sit there and I'll make fun of it, though. And to be fair, with the type of card that Perfect Crime is, I think it's weird, because if you make a card like that, like if you try to really make a card like that good, you kind of just end up making something that's too good. Because can you just stop, Hydro? Of course, Lost Branch isn't competitive, so like weird Floodgate type cards like that are definitely, I guess it's not Floodgate, but it's, I forget the term for it. I don't know. A counter type card like that is not, like, it definitely plays differently in a game like Lost Branch compared to like most PvP card games, but it still falls into kind of a similar boat. I think it's one of those cards that it's good that it exists, and it's good that it's bad. Like, you could probably make it a little bit better without it being, you know, too great, but... I think they should make it 0 mana and give it Replenish. I think they should do that for so many cards. You want to make a card good, just make it 0 mana and give it Replenish. Crispy, thank you for the raid, I appreciate it. We were just dying to Hydro Camouflage. And maybe some other scattered things, but... primarily Hydro Camouflage. So really nothing new here. Every time Hydro Camouflage is about to get consistent, it stops being consistent. And then it's like it evolves. Kind of in a similar way that Exile Doll does, but like, I respect Exile Doll as an attack, and I don't respect Hydro as an attack. It's Miriko Final. No, Miriko Final doesn't evolve. Miriko Final is like you walk into Las Vegas and you're just like, I'm throwing 500 on red, and you just spin the roulette and you just see like what it decides to do to you. That wasn't my best faith maxing I've ever done. Sorry to all my score runners out there. Like Miriko Final feels more like a lottery than it does something else. Like sometimes, like there's a bit of that you can play obviously and like play around it, but like with the reaction time that bumper crop forces on you, you just kind of like sit there and you just accept your fate. Honestly, like when you go to it, you're like, yeah, I'm just accepting bumper crop is as it is, and you know what? If it kills me, I shouldn't be too upset over it because it is what it is. But 1 power. Lovely. Sounds like a skill issue to me. Your scorers out there. Dude, score runners when I don't spin every attack to get 10,000 grades. Unbelievable. Faith max when we throw into faster trust. Faith maxing is my method of getting through the early game. Because this early game is a little tedious at times. Oh, but Alfonso, it's like the earliest, it's the quickest game in the series. It can't be that tedious. Stage 1, but yeah, where are you bombing on stage 1 to give yourself like I could see you're probably I assume you're bombing the mid, like the mid boss. Are you bombing anything else on stage 1? for score optimization purposes, to be precise. Because I know in Stage 2, I believe you bomb the Hina mid-spell. To kill it, basically, as quickly as possible. Here's what got 12 minutes. Yeah, but the problem is, those first 12 minutes will take 3 hours if you're not careful. I see, I drifted too much left. Because Exile Doll, Bumper Crop, and Hydro Camouflage exist. Gotta give Momiji her respect as well. And everything else that deserves a little bit of respect. Okay. Interesting. Go to each of the nons. Interesting. What's the benefit to bombing the nons, specifically? Is there a benefit from killing them faster, or is it some sort of, like, base cancel shenanigans? Or do you do it because you can? Yeah, the Minariko non, specifically. Oh, I lost 4K faith. Oh, it's a Minariko over. For faith, interesting. Oh, good grief! Do you get faith for bombing, or does it, like... Because I know whenever you kill an attack, when it does the cancel for all the bullets, you get, like, faith, kind of proportional, like, what's on screen to some degree. Do you get that same trigger for bombing, or is bombing separate? Like, is it a bullet cancel thing, or is it like a bomb mechanic thing? Like a separate thing. Just staggered that, I'm gonna lose a couple. Yeah, I lost like 5K faith, it's Jover. You know what? That was cringe. Oh my goodness gracious. That was not optimal. Neither was that. We all know if the survival run doesn't have optimal scoring, then it's meaningless. Clearly. Me, well-known score enjoyer. Death bombs have no faith penalty. I guess that makes sense. Wait, does bombing normally have a faith penalty? Oh, yeah, I should have read the previous sentence. Sorry, you know, playing and reading is not the easiest skill in the market. That's weird. So when you bomb, it has a penalty, but if it's a death bomb, it doesn't have a penalty? Normal bombs and death bombs have different iframes. That's also really weird. Which one has longer iframes, or are they just, like, staggered differently? Hi again, Hina. Well, second more iframes after they use... Weird. Are there situations, say, on something like Peerless Wind God or something? I don't know this beat. You fucking bastard. I was gonna say, there's situations like Peerless Wind God or something like Stage 4 where you're utilizing the extra frame. Or the extra second. Here's when you capture normally. By capture normally, you mean you do it in the middle, right? After all, if you do it in the middle, you probably get more grays, and clearly that's important, right? In this game, that totally has grays that matters. You're trolling? What do you mean I'm trolling? I would never. How dare you accuse me of trolling? This is, in my own stream, unbelievable. Kids of these days. SMH. SMH my head. James SMH, yeah. But I'm glad you understand. Glad you understand. Jover, I'm low on faith right now. I'll say, I am no scorer. This game does have one of the more interesting scores, in my opinion. Not that I'm a scorer, but... the lack of grays does make it a bit more intriguing, in my humble opinion. No, in my arrogant opinion. Literally free. I mean, I've never really been. I will always say, like, I'm not a scorer right now. My opinion, like, I have not been a scorer. My opinion is very, very prone to change at some point in time. My opinions have changed. I've never really cared too much for bomb scoring either. So that's why, personally, the most interesting, like, score games in my eyes have been, Pod and POSV. But Mountain of Faith I put up there a little bit. I do enjoy its faith mechanics, even just casually. Although the faith mechanic, I really only kind of enjoy its mechanic if you're trying to do no or low miss runs. Like back when I'm like trying to like 1cc this game, the faith mechanic it's like oh, I don't care. Why bother with faith? Oh, but you gotta make sure you get the 150 mil extend. But every time your faith just gets crippled every time you die. That was very important. Yeah, because like in Subterranean, you can afford a miss or two, as long as, because like Subterranean, one of the biggest score hurdles is your ending lives. You want to make sure you have as many lives as possible. You want to make sure you have the full life total, but you can actually still die once or twice and have maximum lives. This game doesn't do that. Actually, the amount of, you actually get less lives in this game than you do in SA. So it creates so many interesting, like, small little, like, changes across, like, games. Without the animism. Should I just call it animism instead? I do 11 lives. Yeah, something like that. It depends on like how well you play. Like I've gotten 1 or 2 misses still with a full life total. It kind of depends on where you die in Subterranean. So I refer to Subterranean because if I try to say the full thing of Subterranean animism, it's kind of a mouthful, and I don't always love to just refer to everything by, oh, this is SA or MOF. You know, I will sometimes, don't get me wrong, but playing no trends is funny, yeah. UFO with no UFOs be like. Yeah, I'm just not much of an abbreviator myself. Like, I do it a bit, don't get me wrong. But if I'm consciously thinking about it, I like sometimes I just abbreviate things because it's what I do. But if I'm like really consciously thinking about it, I don't usually abbreviate things. Except LOL. Although I guess in that case I just say LOL instead of LOL. It's one thing I almost try to do with, like, LNN and stuff, because despite being in a community filled with a lot of, like, players who know this stuff, it's like, I've also seen many of people who get kind of put off because there's a lot of this stuff that just people say and expect others to understand, and I'm just like, what are you saying? Whether myself or other players who are just people who are not as good or knowledgeable on things. I love this spell. Even when I win, I'll forever hate this spell. You know, that was actually a question I was gonna say. With how much time you have in MOF, I assume you have, see, I said MOF right there. Always keep people guessing. And be a hypocrite to your own words. I assume you've played many a different shot type, but what is your shot type? What are your shot types looking at? What do you play in this game? Very important question before I get the mod hammer. Yeah, abbreviations. Yeah. I will say I definitely have quite a number of normal players around here. And so I try. Ooh, 148 going into Notorious. Pretty solid for what I get. B/versus C was too easy. It has nothing to do with that. I have a Subterranean LNN, and it's with Reimu B. It has nothing to do with the fact that she's, like, not that... She's a relatively hard shot type. It has everything to do with whether or not it involves homing. Yeah, the Wily Beast, and then it's just, like, 20 just, like, letters, and you're like, what the hell does this mean? Need 3. Is it usually weak though? You're just fueling my desire to use homing even more though. I use homing not because it's a strong shot type, but because I got into Touhou, and one of the reasons I got into it was homing. And so when I started USD, normal 1cc, 6 or 7 years ago at this point, probably closer to 7, honestly, I used homing. And I never changed. Shots. I was curious, like, I'm assuming you've played many different shot types in this game with how many hours you have, but I was curious what your main/preferred shot types are. Most people tend to have them. But I've always stuck with homing, and one of the bigger reasons why as well is, like, I mean, I've always used homing, and I've never really wanted to change. And it's just the once in a blue moon you have someone show up and be like, "Why are you using homing?" They move the Yoshi 7 or 9 hours in load. Oh my goodness gracious! We got another persuasion dude. Big persuasion needle propaganda added again. It's unbelievable, dude. SMH kids these days. SMH my head. These people and their big needle propaganda, dude. Heals for life. Mods, can we get on this? Damn it, I don't have any mods. Consider yourself lucky this time. Okay, Momiji, my beloved. High damage, high control. Dude, look at these fairies, though. Like, I'm on the other side of the stage from some of these guys, and they're dying, bro. It's just literally broken. Holy moly. Don't snail trail me, please. Okay, that was pretty generous. Like, dude, having homing makes source and it makes cephalic plate like slightly easier. It's literally broken. Yeah. Rifle 2 is impossible? Bro, I just did it. Like, honestly, just skill issue. Clearly. Gonna die of Storm Day? I mean, you could say that for any Aya attack, okay? It's literally Aya. Okay, there's Saru. Okay, homing has a worse through to cross. It has...
At least it wasn't the final this time.
I'll blame you. You distracted me. That's totally what it was, by the way. I wasn't bottom hugging for the 3% damage boost. That's a big mistake. Everyone distract you? Yeah. I love hitboxes. I love this attack. Damn, that's the first time I've died here in a hot second. Baseline 9-2. You mean if you go to the left corner on the very first wave? Okay, you know what? That's 2 in a row. That's bad. I'm gonna blame you for that one. I haven't died to Storm Day in a hot second, so. Totally on you. I know the bottom left corner on non-2, but I don't really like it. Personally. Like, you can line yourself up with the visuals on the bottom of the screen for the first wave anyway. Plus, the safe spot only, like, protects you for the first wave. And if I line myself up on the bottom of the screen, I get more damage off. Ooh, got the early fairy. Let's go. Hey, but does Reimu B get like a 3% damage boost on some spell cards when she's bottom hugging compared to Reimu A? Dude, 3% damage boost. Just think of how much that does. Can we get a bot check here? Hold on a minute. I'm getting big needle propaganda and anti-homing propaganda. This is... You know, I really should go take a minute break and get some water. I am getting quite warm right now, for whatever reason. It's all this big needle propaganda. It's getting me too fired up. I gotta take a breather. Whew. These needle propagandists are at it again, dude. I cannot kill Sarut across the 2 waves, no. If you bottom hug, I can kill in about 2.25 to 2.5, depending on exactly my damage. It's usually about like 2 1/3, it feels like. And if you bottom hug the entire time, you save maybe half a second. So it's literally broken, dude. You save like maybe half a second if you bottom hug. Office, I can see that. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be back in a sec. Also, I'm gonna make sure I note, any and all losses I do today are not my own fault. It's either I'm being of being distracted by the needle propaganda, or it was my lack of like sleep last night. Totally wasn't my fault. I think it was big needle propaganda's fault. I guess I'd have to count the waves on Saruta to really know for sure. Which is not something I'm usually doing too much, as when I'm doing Saruta, it's usually trying to dodge bullets. But I know it usually kills like a third of the way into a wave. Like a third to a quarter of the way in. Kind of depending on like exactly where your damage is. But if you really think about it, on something like Cephalic Play, you have a lot more leisure playing as a Rainbow, so... Side Fearless Wind God. Left. Middle. actually, I think the correct answer is top. I should have answered that one. I'm Fearless Wind God on the left. Although when it comes down to attacks like that, I'm pretty varied from game to game. I don't know how much Subterranean you have under your belt. I can look at your name and assume you're pretty much a 10 main for just my hunch. But my question I always ask is for Hell's Tokamak. Where do people do Hell's Tokamak? Because that has a lot of answers, I've heard. As well. Say maybe 150 hours. That's pretty respectable. Say Rainbow A. Oh my gosh, dude. The Needleists are back at it again, dude. It's unbelievable. And Zune just lets them have their way. It's actually insane. Tokamak middle. Okay, you know what? It's not the right answer, but it's based enough. I'll give you that. You didn't say Tokamak on the left, and that's all I care about. Okay, Tokamak on the right is the correct answer. Middle is pretty based. I'll say that. Weird side angles. I mean, I feel like... I mean, to be fair, I haven't talked to that many people about it specifically. At least that many people like LNNs or something, but I feel like I've seen or heard more people who do it on the side than the middle. Oh, I know what went wrong last run. Act a human. Ultra. Oh, you're one of the Ultra players as well. I see, I see. I walked right back into it. I love that spell. It's my favorite thing in the world. thing. Next thing you know, you're gonna be telling me you're doing Moth on. You're trying to get Moth 75 FPS LNN. No early fairy SMH. I always like the random, like, almost arbitrary routing stuff. And just seeing the different things that people do. Especially in attacks where it's like, it's not like that, like, specific, like, the route. Especially when, like, people actually have, like, routes that work. I'm just completely various attacks to seeing, like, how they do it. Not on something like this. Like, something like this, I don't care. But something like Peerless Wind God, what side they do it on, you know, Takamak. I know people who do it on the left, I've seen people do it on the right, I've seen people do it in the middle, I've seen people do it in either of the corners. The bottom left or bottom right corner. Some other attacks, like Marasa non 4 is an attack I always love to see how people do that. Non 3. Marasa non 3. I guess the other two, similar story, but non 3 is the interesting one in my opinion. We have Ice Capture. What is this, Pokemon? Okay, actually, wait. I have. Wait. I know it's SA and it's not Mountain of Faith, but I have another subterranean question I do need to ponder real quick, like, from you. Are you a Cats Walk person, or are you a Cats Walk skipper? Hit you? I'm not gonna hit you. You haven't done anything that, like, anger me that much. Besides the whole needle propagandist thing. But at that point, at this point, I'm kind of used to it, okay? You live in a needle propagandist world, right? You just learn to accept it. I always gotta throw out the Cat's Walk. Can I switch between? I didn't ask if you're a top or a bottom. That's a different conversation. Skip it more often, dude. This is just unbelievable. Needles, ignores Cat's Walk, dude. Like, what? Like, literally. What's this world come to? Top off. Or you said you switched between. You know where the term switch comes from. At least in some context. Yeah, I was making a joke. I didn't mean anything serious about it. I was making a joke. It's wordplay. I would say this attack really makes you hate rainbow homing, but we don't. Nintendo Switch? I mean, I have one to my side. It's actually like 2 feet away from me. It's plugged in currently. Catwalk is pretty ass. Catwalk is the greatest part of that entire game, bro. What are we talking about? SMH, dude. Next thing you're gonna tell me is you don't like Okina Spring Final or PDH. Or that you don't like Divine Virtues of Wind God, dude. Unbelievable. Yeah, I don't particularly love or I don't particularly love or dislove PDH, but the others, though, big fan. For spell time possible in the entire series. I gotta get the gloves though. Dude, Okina Spring Final is one of my favorite spells in Touhou. It's not Divine Virtues of Wind God. Divine Virtues of Wind God is my favorite attack in Touhou. Like, absolutely. Like, there's a number of attacks I love. Cat's Walk is very much up there, but nothing trumps Divine Virtues. Also, another person who just ignores the D in Divine Virtues. It's unbelievable, bro. These kids these days. Big needle propaganda. Okay, game, I'm running out of one more. It's been almost 2 hours on the day. The Bowji. They're just not giving it the respect it deserves. It's D-V-O-W. It's divine. Okay? She's a goddess. It's divine. It's part of the point. I love Touhou. Excuse you, game. Next thing I'm gonna have to start asking people is how they now I'm gonna have to ask you how you pronounce the Touhou 18 final boss. Well, Game Glitcher was here, and he would he'd get on me right away for saying that. You're just saying, I'm sorry, I don't understand the moon runes, so I can't say that. Let's say the text. Yeah, right there, Kaimata. What's the problem with that? Oh, I love every time. I love seeing Game Glitcher have an absolute fit and meltdown over it. Like Kai? No, it's not like K-A-I. It's like Chimera. If you think I'm gonna fucking sit here and call it Chimata for a second, you're out of your gourd. Just saying that makes me feel gross. Oh, I cut back. Poorly. I missed my input. English? What are you, a weeb? Unbelievable. Why were you getting the KYE? Okay, yeah. See, now to be fair, most of my I'll give a little more context behind some of this. Most of my place Japan. I do know that type of meme. I will mention this. Most of my Touhou pronunciations came from me playing Touhou or Touhou fan games by myself and just reading names and just saying whatever, you know, is the first thing that comes to mind when I see name. And generally, I got a lot of them right. I have adjusted a lot of my pronunciations as I'm like, there's a number of words I'm like, what exactly am I saying with this? I never knew Sinai was pronounced like Sinai for a while. But there's one that I will never give up. That's Kaimata. Every other one. Not that one. Unless I'm, like, actively, like, purposely trying to get names wrong on purpose, because it's funny, but that's rare. That's few and far between. Cheery. That's a Kyuri. That'd be funny. Where's your logic? Where's English's logic? Hello? I'm sorry, I before E except after C, but like sometimes with like other letters and some here or then, and you just kind of learn the fucking nuances here or there. Is your problem? I don't see how this is my problem. I'm just saying things, okay? And other people take an issue with it at times, okay? Like, don't make me pull out the rant again over pronunciations. I love Touhou. Can't be wrong. I'm glad you're self-aware. But I can't be wrong. I'm literally me on the internet, right? If someone else is coming after me, they must be wrong. I can't be wrong. Well, you know, what did I do wrong in my life to get me to this point? Question about pronunciation, shoot. Cheerno? I'm sorry, Cheerbo. Now, the Chirno one, I will say, Chirno's one of those ones where when I got into Touhou, I always said Cyrano. Because to me, I was like, that's what I knew. And I've never heard, for like a few years, I never like heard people like say Touhou names outside of like just seeing the words written. And then eventually, I actually like heard people say Chirno, and I was like, oh, interesting. Tay is another prime example of where I was like, what? Like when I first heard someone call her Tay, I was like, what? No, it's Komachi. For any ch. I'm sorry. Do you say what? I can't even get the words out of my mouth. It's so difficult to say. How do I make my vocal cords? My vocal cords are broken right now. It's literally like an impossible sound. I'm trying to say school with a ch, and I literally cannot form it in my mouth. My vocal cords are broken trying to say stool as best as I can. It doesn't work. Get confused at first. Yeah, it seems very out there. And then I hear Tay, I'm like, oh, really? Interesting. Kaine was another one that really confused me. Or, I guess I shouldn't say that confused me, but Kaine was one that, like, I never, like every time I read the word Kaine, I'd never pronounce it like that in my head until I heard people say that. And then I'm like, oh. Chen becoming Ken, yeah. It's turning Street Fighter any second. Someone call Fammy, get it back here. Can't let the Kayamada thing go, poor soul. Should I give the rant? You pronounced the thing wrong, and what the answer is no, I did. I'm gonna go on about this because it's fun, and because I'm probably gonna move on to Lost Branch momentarily. It's been 2 hours, and couldn't push Touhou too much. The Touhou, Touhou. But you pronounced the thing wrong. It's like humans. I'm gonna go to the speech. Humans have this just insane ability. The just insane thing. It's really wild for this one, where humans can formulate a thought in their head, a thought that doesn't exist, something that is an immaterial concept in their brain, and formulate it, and then using the things in their body, their vocal cords and their mouth, they can push air up through their esophagus out to make airwaves, which other people will pick up, and it'll put that thought in their head. It's an insane miracle that people can do. And then, like, I do this insane feat, and then people are just going, you did the thing wrong, and proving that I did it right, by the way, by the idea that I put the idea in their head, but you did the thing wrong because you didn't do the trick properly. It's actually like this, but you did it properly because it put the idea that was in my head in someone else's head by pushing the words out of my throat. Say flandre? I would say flan, or I usually just say flan. I very rarely add the dre. Flandre. Flander or Flandre. I usually do that one. I usually shorten it to Flan every time I see her full name just because it's easy. Because, to be honest, I'm never actually sure what way I'm supposed to be saying it. So I usually just shorten it to Flan. Flander Scarl, right next to Remy Scarl. My favorite Touhou characters. We got Haina on the screen right here. Oh, I hope she kills me just for that. What would that be, Flounder? Yeah, I know. I call it Hina. Don't worry about that one. I just had to because it was on the top of my head, you know, on the conversation at hand. I love this attack. Naitori, or you say Naitori? Naitori. Well, yeah. So Waco. On stage 6, you got that Kanakusi. I do like to. I want to go back to the Tay one for a second because I have some friends of mine who I got into Touhou via Touhou Misty's Izakaya, and Tay is a character in that game. And at one point, she's talking to me, like asking me questions about the game since I've like beaten the game. And then she's like, "Oh yeah," and then Touhou. I'm like, "Who?" Like my brain's like, "What?" I'm like, "Oh, Tay." I've just gotten so like conditioned to just reading it as Tay. I forgot there was a point in my life where I was like, I didn't know it was Tay. But she said Touhou. I'm like, what? It felt weird. But that is honestly probably the weirdest, like, at least for like English speakers, probably pronunciation wise across anything, I'd say, is the Tay one. I just fucking love this spell so very much. It's my favorite spell in the entire series. Oh, I wish this spell and Fog Labyrinth would just go burn up into the abyss. Okay, I'm gonna move on. It's been over 2 hours. He's gonna be like, oh, you mean the middle lane that moves every time she fucking moves because the angles the bullets are coming at are crossing and they're always fucking varied? Oh, and then you go to the right. Oh, guess what? Where you thought the gap was, oh, it moved over here. Oh, let's go back to the middle. Oh, guess what? The gap's moving because it's actually over here. Oh, I see. The gap's actually going to be right here. But then the phantom bullets, because there's 2 bullets from the previous wave that are in the next wave, and it's like, oh, I see where the bullets are going to go. But then it actually jukes you out because there's another wave of bullets. I hate Fog Labyrinth more than I hate Hydro Camouflage, but I don't know for how long. I don't know for how long. Okay, I'll be back for more of this on Thursday. I don't stream tomorrow, but I'll be back on Thursday for more of that. In the meantime, I gotta load Branch, but I actually have to load the game first. I think the game takes 5 years. Fog Labyrinth is yes, it's Reimu B Satori Final, which... That version I don't like, but I'm specifically referring to the shoot the bullet spell card. I've beaten all the spin-offs, I played through all those. I'm specifically referring to Fog Labyrinth from Shoot the Bullet. That, like, I don't like Fog Labyrinth in Subterranean, partially just because of the trauma of having to do it in Shoot the Bullet. That spell, I think, took me 3.5 hours. It's either 2.5 or 3.5 hours. I forget exactly. To cap that spell. Did you get a camera? I played through the entirety of itemless spell card, or impossible spell. I said itemless spell card. Impossible spell card. And I refuse to touch the camera. I fucking hate the cameras. I hate those. Double spoiler was fine. I was used to the game by that. I was used to the gameplay by that point. It wasn't that bad. Shoot the bullet, Superman, frickin' Ron Superman made me want to commit war crimes. Holy moly, that game. Okay, I want to say something though, Crispy, before you might leave or something. I spent so long on I prefer double spoiler. However, that might be slightly biased because I did double spoiler second, and I was probably a lot better with that type of gameplay by then. I will say this: I struggled so much on a lot of shoot the bullet attacks, but the Kaguya attack that everyone always says, I forget the name of the attack. The Kaguya attack that most people refer to as the hardest attack, I first tried that attack. Fog Labyrinth, I think, took me like 3.5 hours. Trial of the 10 Kings, I despise that attack. That took me forever. The Kaguya attack, I did first try. I'm actually kind of curious. I want to go look at this.